Hi, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here. This is just a short video as an introduction to my new style, my new podcast. This is an introduction to my October readings, because many of you were of two minds asking me, well, we like to see the video because we like to see the cards. And those of you who wrote in saying that the podcast, you preferred the podcast, said, well, it really makes me listen more carefully. And I have to say, I too am of two minds, because I do like to show the cards. I really do. But I can't deny that I really have a strong sense of connection when I turn off the video and when I use my voice and just listen. So in this intro, well, first of all, let me show you this. I'm doing this because a colleague of mine, well, a friend of mine said, oh, that warlock, that marionette, it just is the creepiest thing, but it's harmless. It's a true marionette. And I just wanted to show it to you so you don't get freaked out by it. This was, it's a handmade marionette, and I got this at the airport. You know how you're waiting on to board, and right next into the corner there was a shop that had all handmade marionettes, and it was so cute. Look at that hat. Look at that hat. So cute, so cute. And so, I just brought it here to make you see with me, so just relax. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is that I'm going to show you the deck of cards that I'll be using. So when I call on you and ask you to, even though I do them in a pre-recorded way, I'm going to channel and listen to the energies that I get from each individual sign. So let me first tell you that I'll be using the runes. I'll be starting with the runes casting. And I'll be using these tiger eyes runes because you can see them. The etching is fairly clear, and for me to see, when I usually read, it's usually dark, and so I like to be able to see them. And I'll be using those first. You'll hear them in the podcast. Then I have three different decks to use. The first is the Voodoo Tarot deck that I've used before. You've known that. This is the 14th Major Arcana, we can call that. Thibonage, the 20th Major Arcana, the Ancestors, just to give you a few. 0, the World Egg, and so on. Then we have a Santeria 2 card, Olofi, just to give you a few of the cards, just to give you an idea, but you know these more than the other two decks. And the next deck is the Tarot of Muja, de la Muja, who is an artist. And just to give you an idea of what they look like, this is the 11th card. What could that be? Justice. You can see that, maybe the 11th Major Arcana, that's Justice. This is who do we have here? The Emperor. Oops, the Emperor. Here we have the Hermit. Lovely cards, lovely cards. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let me put these away and show you another deck, which is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And I've used this twice, 2 other times. This is the 9 of Cups. This is the version of the 9 of Cups. Whoa, the foot of my marionette has fallen. This is the High Priestess. High Priestess. This is the Magician. Let me see if I could get it better. Oh, the closer, the farther away I get it from the light, there it is, the better it is. And this is our Knight of Swords. Get a load of that, our Knight of Swords. There you are. Okay, so, but another reason why I wanted to give an introduction is that I wanted to thank a colleague, a fellow reader, for having sent me a person to work with. Thank you, Lou, Louisiana Lou. Why am I thanking her? The main reason is that it gave me the opportunity to fine-tune what I was doing. It was a particular case, and it made me able to speak about it and to give you, my experience with this person and to tell you how I work. So I thought it would clarify a lot of things. So in short, the person was looking for initially a black witch or a warlock, someone who could fight fire with fire in terms of black magic. Now, well, this is an expression in English, fight fire with fire, get the same intensity, because he felt that he was an object of black magic. Now, the person was looking for that, but then he came to me and I asked him to tell me what the story was about. And I was taking notes, and he told me that for decades he has been targeted with black magic. And I wanted, in some way, I invited him for a consultation, okay, to understand. And he prefaced the introduction of this whole story with a series of admonishments, of warnings, telling me that he had been to many other people before me, and none of them wanted to work with him because each one individually had suffered some kind of flash of negative energy towards them directly. One was threatened, her life was threatened, another fell ill with a serious illness for an extremely long time. And I let him talk. Like I said, I took notes, I asked my questions, and then I explained to him how I worked. Now, what I will explain to you is my form of white magic. Okay, we could call it white magic, but I just want to say that we can change the words around. It's all the same, just like any field, physics, linguistics. People have, and groups of people that work together have different ways of calling things, and in different countries they call the same phenomenon with another lexical item, all right? So, but what I want to say is that this is a form of white magic. It's a service that I provide and that I've listed on my website. First and foremost, I told him my diagnosis, that what he was experiencing was only one of many, far many other more serious blocks and restrictions that could be ailing him. And I started asking him a number of questions, but then I hit him with the fundamental question. What is your intention? What do you want to achieve by coming to me? And what he said was this: I want two things. One, I want to unmask the largest pedophile ring in the Northern Hemisphere. And two, I want to be able to receive adequate medical care, because in his country, in Ireland, he was negated that for several different reasons. Okay, I won't go into the political side to it now. And with that, having heard that, with those objectives, it put me in a position of being able to then do my magic, eliminating any negative influences on him, stopping him from achieving those goals. How? I was able to cut bonds, contracts, curses, and remove curses and vows, spells, anything, you name it, that were affecting him directly. The list is endless. Affecting him directly, and as a consequence, it would block the negative energy affecting him, and it would not target but contain those people, he listed names, first and last names, that were manipulating him throughout the decades. These people represent members of the clergy, solicitors, barristers, and politicians in that country. Now, one important thing is that there was no fear. I never, ever operate with fear. If I have to be fearful, I just say no. It's not a moment when I can work. The process was reversed, is reversed, because their initial energetic dealings and workings, or if we want to call it magic, were halted But we had, of course, this person who was in a wheelchair, who was dying, and ultimately was powerless, disempowered completely. And one thing then leads to another, and you get the press, you get someone to help you out, physicians to, okay, so it's a series of things that then change. Now, this is just to give you an idea of what how I work. Fundamental is not, and this is a suggestion for all other readers, all other energy workers, light workers, never work if you are fearful. And there's something that when someone comes to me, and I have seen a lot of different cases, okay? When I decide if I can work with you, and this is determined by a series of parameters linked to the nature of your soul, I never have to decide if I'm conditioned by fear or any other, or because it will create repercussions. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to say that. And thanks again, Lou. I appreciate that. Now off to the readings. Bye-bye. Hi, Gemini. This is Christelle Martinette, and this is a reading. I told the others I did this big introduction, and then my program crashed, and I have to wait for the programmers to update it to be able to work with Sierra on my Mac, and so I won't be able to use the audio program that I have, and I'll opted for the videos. I have to finish the monthlies with the videos. I hope you don't mind. This is for the month of October, Gemini. Let's see what runes have. To say. Well, look, more than any other sign, I have a casting here that speaks of you. It's me. I'm going to do it my way. I have to do things my way. And this is very, very clear. Success comes not with another person. And it's funny how the runes talk, because there was another sign that I said you have to be partnered in business in order to, you have to be. Instead, this is telling you, no matter how many partners you have, no matter what your situation is in business or a relationship, here they're saying that you need to take a leap of faith and go it alone. Go it alone. And this is very, very clear. Take the bull by the horns and go it alone. And go very deep as well. There are two different conversations and something that spans the entire casting. One is that although you don't know what is up ahead, and of course we don't always, and we're not meant to be, because or else it wouldn't be called a life experience, and the emotions wouldn't be there. But although you don't know, one of the most basic things that you would like to know in order for you to move forward on what you're thinking, planning, your strategies, there is that very, very basic underlying fact that you need to go within and go it alone, because success is there if you're going it alone. This is Manat's Merkstave. And not only, the other conversation, there are two others that crisscross each other. One is that success comes, and success is everlasting. There's a profound success. As much as you concentrate, that's extended. The success is quite extended. Not only they're actually telling you, okay, you will be alone. You're going it alone, and you need to choose to do that alone. To open a business, to find a new job, to do whatever it is that you're going to do alone. But even though you will be alone, there will be moments when you can both, on the one hand, see that there's a light sparkling at the end of the tunnel, see that you can become successful, but every turn, every corner that you move into, there's going to be impediments, there's going to be glitches, there's going to be problems. The runes are telling you, persevere. You need to persevere because the amount of success is endless. Very interesting, very interesting. Now, I want you to concentrate on these 3 tarot decks: the Muja Tarot, the magic, sexual magic, and the New Orleans Voodoo. Definitely the New Orleans Voodoo, the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Let me shuffle them. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look. Okay. Well, there's a lot of passion in your blood. I mean, I'm seeing here that you're really itching to go forward with something, whatever that plan is. You're itching to move forward, and it's costing you a high price in the sense that you feel you have to do something, but you have to also give up something. It's as if you're thinking that there is an exchange, and there is. There's something that you need to give up in order for you to move forward. And you don't want to relinquish the benefits. You don't want to give in. You don't want to make that concession, really. The spread and the runes are telling you to make it and really take a leap of faith this time around. Also, they're all asking you to give thanks, use your own form of prayer, go and try to get guidance in some chapel of your mind. There are many religions, of course, and there are many places, sacred places, that help you feel and listen and hear messages, because you perhaps resonate with say, old churches or caves or whatever works for you, or river, sitting by the riverside. Wherever you can get that peace of mind and concentrate and meditate, go there. They're explaining that you need to go there, and you need to give thanks, and you need to ask for guidance there. As well, there's a certain preparation that you're called upon to do, a preparation in terms of preparing the context, your altar, for those of you who work in spirituality. Prepare your home for the guests. You need to prepare your metaphorical home, yourself, to be able to accept certain gifts in order for you to use them. And sometimes things just pass us by because we don't know the value of them when we're looking at it. Now, this is true for all of us, of course, but it's ever more true for you, Gemini, because what I'm seeing is that you are in a position, many of you are in a position, there are two. I see the Geminis split in two. One, half of you are in the position of being a sort of teacher or a mentor or a person who people follow, or in a position of leadership in any case. And then there are those Gemini that are in a group who are being led by a guru of some sorts, a mentor of some sorts. Now, in that, whichever end of the spectrum you're on, the month of October is going to ask you to do your part as a follower, to contribute in some way as a follower, and also to, there's this, I keep seeing this exchange, and it is on a certain, it's as if, here, I'm giving you this and I'll take that. I'm giving you this and you give that. It's the same size, different colors, different functionalities. But, there's a sort of exchange that you're being called upon to effect, to enact. And with the goods, with the actual material things, it's not simply an exchange of something that you can see. It's what you cannot see that's really going to be the value that comes to you. Now, there are two other important messages here. One is that you understand fully that what is happening in this period, especially in the month of October, is something that will begin a new section, a new chapter of your life. And you're fully aware of that because you've made certain decisions. But what you're not aware of is that your doings, your dealings, whatever you do now is going to affect a lot of people. It's going to have repercussions on a lot of people. And what you need to know and what you need to do in October is to take stock of what it is, the importance of what you're doing. So at least you know how to gauge your actions, because that's right in line with the importance about how you prepare to receive what's coming up into the future. Now, I know that may seem a little abstract to you, but I'm going to take the Vira Sibila and we're going to get into the depths of what it is we're talking of and see what we can see here. And I'm going to start with the decision that is being presented to you. We'll see what that entails. All right. Well, apparently there's a decision here. There, these cards just bring so much into the fray. First of all, there's the decision to completely overturn your life. All right, you're very dissatisfied with what. All right, there's the widower, there's the doctor, and here's Constance in the middle, and she's there to represent Vedovo, Dottore, Costanza. She's there to represent the state of mind that you're in. Now, this has to do both with a period of, it could be physical illness that you yourself are feeling and dealing with, curing. Could be a relative that you need to assist that's near you, and that is a problem, that is an issue, let's say. It's not a problem, it's part of life, but it's an issue that is going to cause you to make the decision, La Place, the Petro card, that makes decision. And since you are in a position of being so sad, the first option, it will put you in a position of having to take decisions. But there's also another, this is a mental state that is so dissatisfied, bordering on depression, I would say, because of your inaction, your lack of action. You have come almost to the position of not knowing what I have to do. What am I to do? Please give me guidance. This is what I'm seeing in these cards. Let me go down to the Radha 6 card, the Legba. Yes, and this sadness is following us. This is, the month of October is asking you to take action. Here we have the Morte, the death, dispiacere mirroring each other, and the Giovane Fanciullo, which is a new beginning, which is the Virgin of the deck. So they're telling you that you need either follower or mentor or guru, both of you Geminis that fall into those categories. You need to see what it is that can help you kickstart your new phase, that new chapter of your life, because it is a watershed period. After this, you'll not be the same ever again. We need to go to that sacred place for you. I'm going to go to Yemaya the Santeria, the beautiful 9 Santeria card. Now we've come to the crux of one of the matters, okay? The crux of one of the matters is the heart, allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart. Where is it located? Opposite and mirroring disgrazia, the disaster, the house on fire, and compounded by denaro, money, the safe institution, a marriage that's going under, a very strong bond that's going under, a business that's going under, that was in very good health, but now is really feeling the global changes. Now, for those of you who are in the situation where a strong bond is being put to the test, because this is a card that puts it to the test and puts you to the test, realize that the Yemaya card speaks of a beginning, and speaks of a beginning of emotions. Okay? She's bringing forth emotions. It's in a new emotional beginning for you that you need to accompagnare, you need to follow, and you need to walk hand in hand with in order to accompany it. You need to accompany it. I'm going down to the Radha 2 card, the Nana Buklu. Okay. The nemico, the enemy, male enemy, omaggio di preziosi, the gifts, and Gran Signore. This gives us another clue. Another clue, more insight here. If we were talking of romance just now and a relationship, this does also talk of a relationship of a different sort. It talks of riches involved in an exchange of some sort, a business of some sort, some kind of give and take, where the two mirroring cards are the Gran Signore, the great individual, and the enemy. There are two people that are antagonists here. And the Nonnambuklu, too, is asking you to extend that olive branch and to walk toward that enemy with bearing gifts. Now, looking the enemy in the eye is not one of my fortes. I just, I avoid and criticize and flame and all of that. And one day, many years ago, a colleague of mine said, you really need to think of that person and bless them. Think of that person and imagining giving them gifts. And I looked at her, and this was a long time ago now, and I thought, what are you, crazy? I will never. And lo and behold, year by year, I keep blessing that person and sending them gifts, and I'm so happy. It makes me happy. I don't even think of them as an antagonist anymore. Okay, I'm going to Maman Brigitte, the 3 Congo card here. Interesting cards. This is one of the best cards in the deck. Gran Consolazione, this great consolation. And we have the leggerezza, lightness, and fidelity. When I've said to you, you need to find a sacred place, some place that you can consider your sacred place, that is where the birthing process will begin. That is where you will get most of your messages and your insights in order for you to go it alone, as the runes mentioned in the beginning, to find the strength to be able to do that, because you can come into your own. You can be more you, Gemini, by going within and bringing you out, because it is you that needs to come out. It's you that needs to be clarified, distinguished, in order for you then to be able to go forward and be successful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Gemini, I hope this was of help to you, and come on board and follow me with Twitter. My name is there, because every day I'll be putting out a live broadcast, because it's really neat with your phones. You follow. If you follow me, you'll be notified by a program called Periscope that I'll be going live. And if I don't see people, I've had peaks of subscribers, non-subscribers. What's good about it is that you can type in, I can read it, and I'll be speaking, and I couldn't give you the answers. So, but don't write to me in Twitter. Come and follow me, and come and see me when I broadcast. There you can ask me anything you'd like, and time permitting, I'll be able to answer. All right, so namaste, ladies and gentlemen, until we read together again. Bye-bye.